Sean Patel here with IBF super middleweight undefeated champion of the world, Caleb Plant. Caleb, man, what do you think of Vincent Feigenbutz, the 24 years old, 33 fights? How do you see this fight playing out?
Well, he's young, he's strong. I know he's worked his whole life for this moment. It's a big opportunity for him. He's got a lot of knockouts. He's got a big record, a lot of experience. I've seen some of his stuff. Pretty fast, pretty explosive. But he never fought nobody like me. You know what I'm saying? He never fought nobody nowhere near like me. So I'm gonna show him there's levels to this. You know, this is something I've been doing my whole life at a very high level. And when that bell rings, I'm gonna separate myself.
Why is it that heading into the Mike Lee fight was a little more like verbal there, a little more, you were kind of dismissing him, and then you went out there and did what you did? How come this fight, it's not like that?
Because he's smarter than Mike Lee. He knows not to get to know riffraff with me. But that don't matter. I don't like him just as much as I don't like Mike Lee. So I don't care about being friends with nobody in my weight class. You didn't see Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran being buddies. You didn't see them sitting with each other in fights, laughing and joking like you do nowadays. I don't like that. That's not me. That's not how I am. So I don't like Vincent. I don't like Mike. I don't like nobody in my division. So if you're in my weight class, this is how it is.
Well, now that you mentioned it, who do you think could wind up being your Duran if you're Sugar Ray Leonard? These other guys that'll give you the competition to make you great?
Well, I feel like the super middleweight division, it is hot right now. You know, probably the hottest it's been in a long while. A lot of good champions, one great champion. You know, some guys that may be a little bit over the hill, but can still really scrap and have good names, and, you know, ex-world champions and young prospects on the way. So I feel like it's really wide open right now. Nobody, let's be realistic, nobody has, including myself, really had the opportunity to just take the reins of the super middleweight division and take complete control. You know, it's still up in the air for grabs, and but I plan on doing that here real soon. So.
Do you think that comes down to you and Benavidez eventually, to really determine who's going to take the reins of the division?
I think so, yeah. I think so. And Canelo, you know, I think Canelo, he beats Billy Joe Saunders and Callum Smith, becomes unified. I'll beat David, become unified, and then we could play for all the marbles. But first, you know, I'll take care of him first.
But it kind of sounds like big picture-wise, you do want Canelo. Like, that's the fight.
Yeah.
To get, is that true? Is that?
I mean, I'm not chasing him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But in a perfect world, it seems like that's how it would work out. You know, because we're not gonna be able to face Billy Joe or Callum. They're not megastars. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. For there to be a cross network, cross promotion, it's gonna have to be two megastars. And you know, if Callum can't even, you know, get past John Ryder, you know, without a lucky decision in his hometown where his home crowd's booing him, you know, yeah, that's probably not gonna work out. And if Billy Joe, you know, with his not looking so good against the American, maybe it was just a bad performance, everybody has those, but that's probably not gonna work out either, you know. So if you know, these promotional problems, let's call them, weren't in the way, would you love to fight a Billy Joe or a Callum Smith? Yeah, absolutely. I'm not scared of nobody. Mm-hmm. I'm not scared of nobody.
Are those, even though they're champions too, are those actually easier fights than a showdown with Benavidez when you just watch these guys size them up? Or
I don't know. I'm not sure. Styles make fights, but I feel like I'm the best super middleweight. And I'm not just saying that, just blowing smoke. You know, I feel like everyone watching this and you yourself know that when I say that, I really truly mean that deep in my heart. So but it'll play out. The dust will settle, and when it does, he's gonna see me standing there. So.
Well, it sounds like, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, you're kind of saying I got to go through the gauntlet on my side, and Canelo's got to go, and then when I go through the gauntlet, I'll be the star that I need to be to bring them to the table to make a fight like that happen.
Yeah, exactly. Where first things first, I really don't even give a shit about those fights, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? All I care about is February 15th. So that's the only thing that matters. I'm not looking past nobody. I'm not looking for fights down the road. I don't care about anybody else in the world. I don't care about none of those fights. All I care about is February 15th. None of that. Everything else we're talking about right now really don't even matter.
So on February 15th versus Vincent, is there added pressure for you fighting in your home state, being in Tennessee and in front of your home crowd there?
If there is, I don't feel it because, you know, I pushed to fight at home. I wanted to fight at home, but now I have that. So it's no reason for me to continue to focus on that or worry about that or want that or think about that because I had it. So now I just need to treat it like it's another fight in another venue in another city. And it don't matter if we was fighting in a venue, it don't matter if we was fighting here, it don't matter if we was fighting in the parking lot. None of that matters. All that matters is getting there and doing what I do best, which is fighting.
Why do you think, you know, Zab Judah, Carlos Baldemir, why do you think guys have been spoiled by those huge upsets sometimes in their hometown? And what, you know?
Because they're not focused. You gotta focus on the task at hand. They get caught in. I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for another man, but you know, if I'm speculating, you know, they could maybe get worried up in, you know, tickets for this person and that person and their friends and their family and I don't know. Maybe they had an easier fight at home and you know they don't train as hard as they should. I'm not sure. I don't know. I can't really speak on nobody else, but. I'm focused, I'm zoned in. I don't care about anything but February 15th. So
you mentioned that there's still some good guys, but they're old in the division. Like the fight with Angulo was the original fight, but now it's 24-year-old. Are you happy that the opponent got changed?
He was never locked in. He was never set in stone. Now, I kept trying to tell you guys, I kept trying to tell everybody that fight's not set. I don't know why everybody's saying that, and
Twitter.
Nobody wanted to believe me. Didn't I say that? I told you that. I told everybody that don't think that that's set in stone because it ain't. His name is in the hat. And then they wanted to ask, well, is he the front runner? I said, he's not the front runner. Nobody's the front runner. And nobody wanted to believe me. So then Vince is the one that, you know, he's my mandatory. If I don't fight my mandatory, then I get stripped of my belt. Me and David can't fight because he's already got a fight locked in with Yildirim, and it was mandatory for him to fight Yildirim even before he fought Darrell. The winner of the Darrell fight and the Benavidez fight had to fight Yildirim. If it was Darrell, he had to fight Yildirim again because the first fight was so controversial. If David won, Yildirim got the automatic, you know, mandatory because the fight with Darrell was so close and controversial. So I can't get that fight. And this guy's my mandatory. He's ranked number 3 in the world. Number 1 and 2 are vacant. He's my mandatory. If I don't fight him, I get stripped of my belt. So, what do you expect me to do? Everybody, all champions have mandatories. You win a belt, you get a voluntary or mandatory. So, but this dude's a live wire. He's been a WBA interim champ. That's more than a lot of people that you do know. You know these names that these American guys. That's a lot more. That's more than a lot of them have been. WBA interim champ, and he's got a big record, a lot of experience. But like I said, he'll fall short. So he's never faced nobody like me ever in his life. I'm gonna show him that.
And Caleb, if I could just ask you one more just outside of your career, which I know you're not big on that. You're not big into reading into the, you know, fights coming up. But who do you got winning the rematch later this month, Wilder or Fury?
I'm not sure. I don't know who's gonna win. Great stylistic matchup again. But I'm rooting for Deontay. He's always been a supporter of mine. Always rooted for me. Right down the street from where I'm from in Alabama. Always been a good supporter of mine. So I'm rooting for my fellow American and rooting for, you know, someone who's been a supporter of mine for a long time. I hear Fury's a supporter of mine too. I hear Tyson. He's a fan of me as well. So.
You might actually be more similar to him in style, right?
Yeah, well, we could be you know, that don't mean that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but you know, I gotta be honest. I'm rooting for my boy Deontay. So
Is he gonna have to let his hands go a little more than he did against Ortiz?
probably let. I thought you were about to say the last fight. But,
Yeah, with the Ortiz fight. Yeah.
I don't know. That's for him to figure out. So, but the great thing about boxing, we gonna find out. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, Caleb.